welcome to Half the Battle. Well, as promised, today we're gonna be taking a look at a small vehicle.
Meet the Hydro Sled. This vehicle was released in 1986 with all original parts. And, well, I don't really see why they bothered.
But I don't want to start off too negative, so let me list a few positives first.
The color scheme is very nice, no complaints there, and the missiles look pretty damn cool and unique. Though they are officially torpedoes, and well, this image is not what comes to mind when I think of the word torpedo. No, not that either. You know perfectly well what I mean.
Another positive are the stickers.
Most G.I.Joe vehicles, even the small really cheap ones, came with an abundance of great stickers for detailing. The Hydro Sled is no exception. You've got a sonar type thing, warning labels, and something that I'm sure is supposed to represent the boat itself and how horizontal it is at any given time, but honestly to me it looks like the display of a Cylon Raider in a Viper on Battlestar Galactica.
That means I get to use the theme tune again!
Anyway, though the stickers are cool, some of them do present a problem I'll discuss later.
Now let's get to the bad. It sure looks goofy.
Now sure, that's just my personal view, and I can understand if other people think it looks cool, but it just doesn't do it for me. My main problem with the toy though has to do with practicality. It's made to fit two figures, except it's too short to fit them on. The artwork even acknowledges this by having the eels dangle their feet off it. If this thing was real, the feet would interfere with the spoiler, and their flippers would either fly off or be destroyed by the water spouting out the back.
That's not the worst of it though.
There's no way to secure the figures to the freaking toy. So when a kid plays with it, they're gonna fall off. A lot. Most other vehicles have seats. Now granted, some are in dangerous places without cover, but at least you have lumbar support when you're being riddled with bullets. Most of them also have pegs that fit in the figure's back. Now, neither of these solutions would be practical for the Hydro Sled, since installing bucket seats would look rather silly, and pegs would mean the figures would have to lie on their back.
But there was an alternative!
They could have added some steering handles or something, some little pegs the figures could hang on to. Hang on to for dear life the way this thing is designed, but still.
One problem that's only relevant if you're a collector is the detailing.
Now, like most vehicles, there's plenty of detailing, and it looks nice. But those ribs on the top will collect dust that's very, very hard to clean off, making it a pain in the ass if you find a used one that's been in a dusty attic for 20 years. Yeah, it's ribbed, but definitely not for your pleasure. And this was the only toy of the Hydro Sled ever made.
That means it's time to look at other media.
Since, as we've established with the air defense, there's no file card, as only a complete moron would make one for the thing. The back of the box states that Cobra seldom outmaneuvers G.I.Joe in sea operations. But this thing will put the Joes to the test.
No, it won't. The Joes have a freaking aircraft carrier.
The box further states it has some of the most sophisticated technology in Cobra's arsenal. Okay, given their electronics are apparently from Battlestar Galactica, I'll give them that one. Oh hey, and the box also states this thing really floats.
Okay, let's find out. Let's get all science-y on the show.
Most science is done with just a bowl of water, right? Well, I think that answers the question. Does this thing float?
Oh yes. They float, Georgie. They float.
But is that a good thing? Here we come back to the problem I have with the stickers. 6 of them are on the bottom. And if you use this thing in water enough, yeah, those are gonna come off.
Actually, stickers aside, I think this thing would actually be cooler if it didn't float.
To me, the aesthetic works better if it was to be used underwater, a sort of open submarine to transport divers really fast. I'd like it a bit more if it was something like that. Now, the Hydro Sled never showed up in the cartoon, so that just leaves the comic. And, well, we saw the extent of its appearance last week. Yeah, it showed up in issue 47, See Jewel, and was hyped up beyond the point that the product could actually deliver on. Even so, I get the feeling the comic took a jab at the thing by saying how easily it could turn over just by sailing past it. Can't say I didn't appreciate that. And that was the Hydro Sled. Nice colors, but aesthetically and practically not really my thing. Children should find it fun though, so if you come across a Hydro Sled, hell, I'd say buy one and toss it into the bathtub for your kids.
See you next time, everybody. And hey, why not like, share, and subscribe if that's your thing?
When your bollocks did up good, you did.
One problem that's only relevant.